All right, the Infinite Song. Keep your eyes closed. Usually I finish with that song. Today I decided to start with that song instead. And yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody, and Happy New Year soon, in a couple of days. So I hope everybody had great time with their families during those days. Here it was great. Christmas was great. A bit cold as usual, and more work than when I'm at work. But all is good. So yeah, this is Inspiria live stream, episode number 2. We had the first one with Anthony Carthy around 1 month ago, and today episode number 2. And of course, we have a guest today, which I'm gonna introduce soon. Before, as far as Inspiria Guitars, I got some new guitars from the new production of 2024. There is the A string here, which I'm gonna show that soon. I can actually do it now. I have a lot of cables on me, but I think I'm gonna manage. Here we go, which is a bit similar to my signature model, which some people might be familiar with because I often use that guitar. But it's a bit different. It's an improvement in a ways. But as you might have seen, for the first time in a while, I actually did play with a tremolo bar. I haven't used tremolo for some years, even though I still have a couple of guitars in my private collection with tremolo and Floyd Rose. But usually, I'm not exactly a tremolo guy. But this time there was a company that I knew before because I met them at NAM, and they actually gave me one of those. This is a Vegatram, and by the way, I am a new Vegatram endorse artist. So I didn't say anything in the last couple of months just because I was working out this guitar, since I didn't have a guitar with a tremolo bridge, so I needed to work out the new one. And that might be considered like some sort of prototype in a way. It's a different design. It's more like based on. It's more like a signature model in a way because I actually made it the way I like to have a guitar. It's a 6-string guitar because the tremolo bar is for 6-string guitar, which sometimes I do play. Even though I play mostly A-string guitar. But I do a lot of teaching, so sometimes I use it, in regular days at work. But anyways, we're getting close to NAMM, which is going to happen in now 3 weeks, and I'm going to fly to the US on January the 19th and January the 20th and 21st. Me and Laurent Bernadac, my friend violinist from France. We're going to play some gigs in the Los Angeles area. We're going to play at the Viper Room, as we announced a couple of days ago. And we're going to play in another club in Los Angeles, which is called Quesera, which is in Long Beach, basically. And together with a great cello player from Los Angeles, Cello Azul, which I played together with Delasalle. So I really look forward to that, as well as I look forward to NAMM, since this year we have a lot of artists coming to the booth and doing some demos and playing some performances. So I really look forward to that. But after this big introduction, let's stay on point. And today we have a live stream, Inspiria live stream. Hold on one second. Some comments are coming in. There we go. There we go. Here we go. I lost a little bit of skills on StreamYard recently. Antoine Mictarian, great. I was actually waiting for you, since the guest I have today is from France. And even though now you're basically Swedish, and I guess you also speak fluently Swedish now, You are still from France for me. Anyways, all good. Hope you're doing great as well. And then the guitar looks great. Yeah, it does. And we talked about this guitar. But I'm sorry to say that it's not green. So, but the next one, I hope I can make a green guitar as soon as possible. All right, that's gonna be yours on the spot. But anyways, let's go back to us. So it's my great pleasure to introduce a friend and the guitar and composer, and above all, an Inspiria artist, Yohan Delasalle from solo project Past and Secrets. I'm gonna bring him up now here. There we go. Yohan, how's it going? Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you very much for doing this. I hope you heard. I hope everybody heard me. I was talking and playing, hopefully not just for myself. So, but yeah. Thank you very much for doing this. And me and Yohan, we had some sound check this morning. And we went through the usual live stream preparation. Which is honestly one of the most difficult things, because sometimes the music skills, they are not enough. So
we make a big work to realize it. It's difficult, but we can do it now.
But above all, the great thing is that the preparation works like this. You prepare everything in the most professional and complicated and perfectionist way, for at the end of the day, go for the easiest solution ever. It's already the second time I'm doing that. So, but it's good, because when you prepare 120% for doing something, and then the circumstances, they say, okay, you know what, maybe you should take it easy a little bit, you should do things easier, then you're already prepared in a way. Anyways,
Yeah.
here my friend Antoine, he says bonsoir, nice to meet you.
Bonsoir, Yohan. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Antoine. Thank you very much. So it's a great pleasure for me to be here, to say hello to all people who listening the second episode for Inspiria Guitar. It's a great pleasure for me, and also it's a great honor to work with Inspiria Guitar and also with Dimitri. Yeah, it's for me. I speak with my heart and my head. It's a great pleasure to do it. Very good pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, likewise for me as well. That's why I was in first place. I told you, we need to start there. We need to start working together as soon as possible. And one of the things is going to be the live stream. There will be hopefully a lot of things happening in the next future. And here it comes. No, okay, let's take it later on. I already have a question from Antoine, but we answer to that as soon as possible. We start a little bit. I would like to introduce you to the audience a little bit. So maybe you can talk a little bit about your background in a way. Like I know it's a lot. I'm pretty sure it's a really long story. Let's try to make it short. Even though sometimes it's not possible for me, it wouldn't be possible. But let's try to make it a little bit short and see. Just say your background, your previous bands, and when you start playing the guitar and all those kind of things.
Okay, I try to make it too short because it's too long to realize to speak about it. So hello everybody, I'm Yohan, 40 years old man, playing guitar since 25 years, but not like Anthony and Demetrio. I play music for my pleasure, it's my passion. Realize music with my own project Past and Secret, which is a one project band from France. I'm French. I live in Lille, north of France, near to Belgium. So say hello to my friend from Belgium. And I'm not a professional musician. I'm a pastry and bakery teacher at school. And for my pleasure, I play music. When I was young, I was a band which I can make some tours, some records and things like that. And at the end of this project, um, I can say it. My wife said to me, "You can't stop playing music. It's now it's the time for you to realize your own project and to play your own music." And I say, "Yeah, but you understand, I have maybe not the levels. I have to do things different, etc." And she said, "You can do it." So now I take my courage and I say, "Okay, I will try." So 1 tracks, 2, 3, and I decided to realize one single. And one guy in Belgium, when I decided to share it on social media, said to me, "Yeah, it's very good. Um, do something more. Try to do an EP or 5 tracks album or things like that." I say, "Yeah, okay, I try." And I record my first album 3 years ago, and now I prepare the second one. So for the first album, I've got some good return. People say to me, "Yeah, it's very good." I've got some interview on radio, TV. During the COVID period, I can't play music on stage, but I think for the second one, which will be released on maybe April or May 2024, I can make some live stream, and also I want to play it on scene, and I speak about it more later. But yeah, to resume it, I really got a passion for music, but also I'm not teaching music, but I teach pastry and bakery at school now.
Yeah, cool. But when you said like you talk to your wife and you say, maybe I don't have the level, it depends on what what is your goal anyway. I think actually your music is I like your music because it's in a way like essential. It's not really super complicated, but it's on point. I like the groove, the rhythms, and the most important thing, it's which I already told you when we talked when you sent me a
In the talk
track.
summit, yeah,
No, I mean, when we talked like a couple of days ago, you sent me a song which was
yeah,
for the video, that we just released it on Inspiria channels. By the way, everybody can go there and check it out on YouTube and on Instagram. Uh, and I'm really impressed by the tone that you have, which is for a guitar player is the most important thing. You have your
yeah,
own tone, and the tone is good, and the tone is the way you play because also above all because you did mix it by yourself. That song that you
yeah,
sent me. When you go
yeah,
to the studio, there are here and there some tricks that you can use to get to try to get a better tone and stuff like that. But of course, when it comes to tone, less is more. Like it's the picking technique, and the fingering technique and all this that makes the sound that we hear. So the more natural you get the sound out of your amp, modular, guitar, or whatever, and the best it is because it reflects exactly like it sounds in acoustic in a way, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, I understand.
and it's important that also another thing that you achieved is to have your own style in your music. The
I
authenticity or the style. I heard some songs now, and they all even though they are all different stuff, they have some common things, and sometimes it goes out from what is the guitar because you have synths and melodic part, like electronic parts, stuff like that, which give an idea of because it's not just about playing the guitar. I think it's important. I mean, you can be just a guitar player, and that's fine. But I think for me, it's important to have an overview if you write music, on how the music is supposed to sound once the product is finished. And that is a vision that you already have, and you established because you played music for 25 years, you listened to a lot of music, you already did other albums and stuff like that. So it's not, of course, it's not, it's cool to shred and all this, but it depends if you need that in your music or not, you know what I mean? So, so that
According to
was,
me, when I make some my own music, I write it with my hertz, my hand, and also my name scene is past and secrets, which represents my past, my secrets, my future, my present, all the things I have on my hand, and you know, I try to transpose my music with my feeling.
yeah,
So if I am bad, I can play something, write something. If I am happy, I can write other things, and I want to take this, make it like a mix, and I realize music on my own, and past and secrets is just my feeling, my hurts, my head, all the feeling I have on my own, and that's the
yeah,
reason why I try to play music. But now I'm honest. I play music. I enjoy it. It's my pleasure, and also I think if my music wasn't good, I think I won't be here to with you
exactly.
with some other guys, etc. When I play music, when I send them to make solo parts, etc. I will explain it after. They say, "Oh wow, it's really good. I want to play a solo on it because it hurts me. No hurts. It speaks for me. It's really I can do it with my heart or thing like that, and I can realize some section for professional artists like you, Demetrio, or other guys. I will explain it after. And for me now, maybe okay. I don't teach music, but I can play music, and I think my music now is better than all the than before.
Yeah, but what you said that was really important. You said like that you are honest as an artist, and I think that music reflects this honesty. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
that's that, and it's on point. As I said before, you get your point across because, as you say, it reflects like the way that I feel that day that I write it, and it's honest because it goes directly to the point in a way.
yeah,
Like sometimes you know people confuse like the music, the feelings with all the technique that they have, and all the technique goes in the way, and it's difficult to get directly to the point. You know what I mean? So technique is cool, and it's nice to have it, but you need to know how to use it. You
yeah.
know?
One of my whole teachers said to me, "Okay, you don't have the techniques. You don't play. You don't sweep or thing like that. I can sweep, no problem. But you maybe you have to improve your techniques. But when you play with your hearts and your head, and it's totally different. You can
Yeah,
you can play without third note on string at 200 BPM or thing like that. I can make some solo like this, but when I play music, I play with my hearts, and I think it's very, very, very important now.
yeah, you're connected. You're connected. That's the most important thing. And yeah, but now we need to answer to the question to Antoine because, and we talked about this today because, like I was sure that somebody was going to ask this. So let me see. Oh, hold on.
How did you guy met? How did the
Yeah.
partnership start? So,
So I knew.
Dimitri.
So and actually, yeah, I knew that somebody was going to ask that. So we actually, in a way, we did prepare because I was like, okay, but how did we meet? Because and we were like, okay, you can start the store.
So I make a research, and the first message came from me, and I asked Demetrio to discover my own project in 2019. And I say, hello Demetrio, how are you? Can you check my new project, etc., etc., in Messenger at this time? And he say, and Demetrio said to me, yeah, no problem, I will check, etc. And okay, I give some links. Maybe listen or not. At this time, I don't remember. And after I speak about Autumn, the processor you use now, and we speak about pedals and things like that. And I released, I will visit my album 3 years ago, and we speak sometimes. But the real meeting we met together is on Guitar Summit when I see Dimitri playing on Guitar Summit in Mannheim in Germany, and he played with one friend from France called Laurent, violinist.
Yeah.
And I say I want to come to see you and talk about something, etc. And I say, yeah, no problem. I went to Guitar Summit on September, and the first thing I do is to came to you and speak with you. And I say, okay, I was coming on Guitar Summit, see your show at this time, and after at the end of the first day, we speak about something, speak about music, like everyone, and I show the Inspiria guitar, push it in my hand, and I say, try it, and we can speak after. I say, okay. So I play on the 6th string. So you give me a 6th string, not a 7th string,
Yeah.
a 6th string at this time. And I say very good.
And the nice string, I guess.
Yeah,
A
yeah,
nice
and
string as well, I
nice,
guess,
yeah,
because I had my. But that was
your
that
home.
was my really really old signature. Yeah, but it was the first prototype of my signature model, which was the one that I decided to bring to Germany because it was a shipping luggage, and I didn't want the airline to destroy a brand new A-string guitar, which would cost
Like I say, how to
some
play
cash
with
to
this?
me.
So I play on the 7 strings. Maybe I try the 8, but I really like it. And we speak, and we met some guys together, like Scott Strings and Invader Hams, etc. together. And at the end, I say, okay, I come back home, but I want to work with you if you're okay. And the partnership began at this time. Yeah. So now I'm really happy to play on this kind of guitar because we speak it after. This kind of guitar is very 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 good. The neck is like an Ibanez Universe, and I can play as I want. Very comfortable neck, and for the sound, I said to Demetrio, I want this kind of pickups on the guitar, so which is a Lundgren.
Which model is that?
I'm endorsed by Lundgren pickups like you, and I use the one on this one. It's the pickup,
okay.
Lundgren pickup, the one. I tried the M7 on my other guitar. I have another guitar with Black Heaven, and on this one I want to try the one, and it sounds really really good.
Okay, let's get a little bit nerd here. What do you think is the difference between, because I tried, of course I have the M8 on every guitar that I own. Okay, I don't have it on this, but this is a new one. But on all the A string guitars that I have the M8.
Yeah,
Because it works for my music. It's a matter of more, especially in the studio. It's a matter of output in a way, and of mid-high range for me, which helps to get the guitar out from the mix. But what do you think is the difference between the one that you have there, which is the M8, and especially the other one which you mentioned, which was the Black Heaven, you said?
yeah. So the first I try was the M7, and I say I want to push this kind of pickups in all my guitar.
Hmm.
Because I speak after it after I was I am a very big fan of Meshuggah Sounds, a
Hmm.
Swedish band. So the first time I discovered the Ludwig M7, I say okay, I want this kind of microphone on it, on my guitar. After I'd like to have a different sound, and I try the Black Heaven. Black Heaven is more. I have more medium on it, and you can play gent with easy life. Black Heaven is for people who like modern sound and who want to use medium on their sound. And
Hmm.
for when I speak with Johan at this time on Guitar Summit, he say, okay, if you want the middle, if you like the M7 and maybe the Black Heaven, try the middle, which is the one. I say, yeah, okay. So on Guitar Summit, I say try it on six string, and I was really impressed by the sound because the one is a really good mix between M7 and Black Heaven, because you have some more bass
Sure.
on the seven
Yeah.
strings, and a very very good clarity on the ah, on clean, and also with the
Hmm.
light string, and a very good definition and a very fat and loud sound on the seven
Yeah.
string. So
It sounds
I was
it
really
sounds
impressed.
warmer. It sounds
Yeah,
warmer as well,
yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Hmm.
So if some guy listen the stream now, try the Lord Granger one, and I think you can buy it, and it works with all the time. But
Hmm.
yeah, Lundgren is a very very good company. They created more pickups, and sorry for Barnacle because but I really prefer Lundgren. Uh, that's all. All my
Yeah.
guitar are in Lundgren. All my
Yeah.
guitar.
They do great stuff. But I'm wondering if he does that himself or if they do it in a factory like that. I don't know. But looks like it's more like a boutique kind of product, like that they do one by one because of the care that they use, and for details and the sound and stuff like. And then at the end of the day, they're not even like expensive if you think like they sound in a way. I would rather
No,
buy
it's
Lundgren
not
compared to a
really
lot of other
it's not really
commercial.
expensive.
Yeah, I mean, if you think
They are
like
not.
comparing to other companies that are made like in factories and stuff like that, and this is probably done one by one, with all the care for the details, the price is still on budget in a way. For I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
great
yeah.
price for the quality. But yeah, and about still going back to music, you mentioned that you have been in the studio, and it was probably a couple of weeks ago or something, and you have been
In
traveling to,
November.
yeah, you traveled to Germany to
Yeah,
record some of the songs for an EP or a full
yeah.
album.
Yeah, on November, I was traveling alone and went to the Vera studio in Germany, which is one of my friends called Michael. A very big studio, and he took time to have more precision, and to be honest, he got good feelings, and I decided this time to record mix master on studio. So I will release the next album next year, and record it on studio. So it will be 5 tracks.
How many songs?
Five tracks, 5 songs.
Okay.
And because I think because I don't have any vocals on my EP, only instrumental. So I write all the parts, simple bass, guitar, drums. I want to have some guests for the solo, like people. One guy in Czechia called Brian Bajak, a Polish guy called Radek Stojda, some guy from France, Belgium, one guy for Norway.
And, when it comes to that, from Norway or from Italy, nobody really understood it, not even me. But yeah. And I did. It's crazy because I recorded the solo. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I said it anyway. So I recorded the solo with the guitar you have now there.
Yeah.
Because when you order the guitar, I actually changed the pickups and did the setup and stuff like that. But I used to do that for almost every guitar that I sell, because I want to make sure that people get the guitar, with a decent setup, and in your case it was more kind of customized because we also order the strings from Skull Strings, which is a company you're endorsed by from France, and you have a special gouge of strings, which was what was the measure of the strings again? The gouge was 0.11?
10, 0, 0, 0, 11 to
Yes.
0.72.
Okay, so it's 11, and that, which is the E, and then the B is
72.
Yeah, the B, not the low B, but the second B, like the second string.
Like this,
starting from the bottom, it's you say 11 and then
11, 14, 20, 32, 32, 11, 40, 20, 40, 34.
All right.
44, 54,
wow,
and 70, 72.
72 is crazy, I think, but it's because it's really thick. I use I think on this A string here, the new one, I use 0.72 on the. I'm not sure if it's 72 or 80. I was thinking about the other day, and I still go down to E when I drop it. But sometimes I use 0.80. I use 0.72 in which key again? It was on G sharp.
Drop G.
Drop G. That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. So and I was like a bit skeptical because it's kind of it's more kind of complicated to set it up. But anyway, at the end of the day, you hear there is a huge difference in sound and in attack, and you get the bass out of the guitar, and all this. So and you have a higher tension, which makes also the playing more precise in a way, less sloppy, because the string is not just kind of bouncing back and forth.
That's the reason why I use Lundgren pickups too, because there is a big response, a big answer with this kind of pickups when you use some this kind of strings, because if you have a drop G like me, Lundgren can give you a very special sound, and and also I will have this I have this kind of strings because I want to play with I play with more attack, and I want my strings to rebound like this. So when I play,
Yeah, yeah.
and for palm muting, it's very important to have a block and to become and play again without problems.
Yeah, and
So
when I talked about the tone, I forgot about this, but actually one of the reasons why you have that great tone is because also the strengths you use. You
yeah,
know, which is a compromise in a way, because when you have thick strings, sometimes it's kind of complicated to play. You know, it's harder to play, even though you get of course used to that. You know, and you develop the technique around that. But you have a benefit about the sound. And now Antoine, of course, he's asking, are you tuned in standard? Of course not. Yeah, I mean that 011 would still make sense in standard, but of course that 072 on the think about playing in standard with 072 like standard E. That would be insane. That
no,
would be
for
that.
yeah, Antoine. Yeah, to answer Antoine. No, it isn't not made to make band on 11 because I can do it without problem like this. Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he thought, because it was before we say that the tuning was drop
Ah,
G.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
he thought it was in standard E. You
yeah,
know, with 011, that would be hard to bend.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, I mean
I
that would
understand.
be impossible to bend because the bass would be 072 in E. That would
Yeah,
be pure insanity.
but to
But I'm
realize
wondering about
band.
the tone though. But yeah, I mean, did I use 011? I don't think I ever did that. Not even with the seventh string. No, I use maximum 010. This is 010 actually, I think. Yeah, it's 010, but it's in standard. But this is 046. So, yeah. But anyways, you know what? We forgot about playing. So you can just play a song, maybe.
Yeah, no problem.
What's the
So
name of the
this,
song?
yeah, this song's called "Dancing Together." Come from my first album. There is a special story for this, and I give it the story. So this song's called "Dancing Together" because when I realize the album, I make a pre-production, and I give to my family to listen it. And one day when I came back home from my works, I see my child and my wife dancing on the tracks, and I say
Okay,
now these tracks will be dancing together.
that's great. Okay, you got it.
Okay,
Whenever you're ready.
okay. Thank you
There
very
we go.
much. Thank you very much.
Great job, man. Sounded great. And
Thank you.
again, the name of the song again was
Dancing
I
Together
forgot.
from the
Dancing Together.
EP.
That's right.
Yeah, from
And
this.
and this is a new song from the new album, which is going to be released now in 2024. Is it correct?
No, it's an old
No.
song
Okay.
which come from this EP called
Okay.
Memories. And yeah, I was writing so samples, bass, guitar, drums, solo guest by team from France, and record on Vira Studio in Germany too.
Which is another
Yeah.
studio, or
The
is
same
it the same?
studio.
Is
Yeah,
it's
it's
the
the
same
same
studio?
studio. Yeah, Michael
Okay.
was Michael is one of my best friend now.
Okay.
We began to work together since the beginning. So I discover his
Cool.
job at the beginning, and I say, okay, you start your studio, I start my project. I want to work with you since the beginning to the end, just you and me, and
That's good.
we try to make some good job together. So we
Mm-hmm.
realized my two singles and also my first EP, and now he will realize the sound for the next
Yeah.
next EP.
But Mike, let's going back to the recording, to the making of the album, the new album, or also even
Yeah,
like the old, also even like the old album. I'm wondering, how did you approach the recording? Like, you wrote, of course, all the songs. You wrote, of course, every single arrangement, I guess, like guitars, bass, drums, and you played like some demos in your home studio. That's the way you started the whole thing.
yeah. It start like that. So when I have an idea, I record it on my own with dictaphone or things like that. Also,
Okay.
I have the scales, the structure at the beginning, and after I will build around this, and yeah, I try to create the music. But my first intention is to write some music, and I always want people like the music to the first second to the end.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was to there is a link. I want to create a link between the first song to the
Yeah.
end, and I think for me it's the most important because at this time when I released the first album, some people say to me, okay, I took the CD, push it on my car, and I, it's like a dream because yeah, I think when I listen to music, I think I dream between 18 minutes, and my head go out and dream, and that's the feeling I want people have when I make music, to
Yeah.
be transport and think about good things or like that.
Yeah, I understand, and that's and I agree 100% because um, I mean the thing is that it's heavy music. It's modern, very modern, by the way, very like influenced by the gent kind of thing, but still, of course, you have your own style, and it's how can I say, it's kind of easy listening in a way to be heavy metal because it is heavy metal at the end of the day. But I think everybody could actually listen to that. It's really melodic. It's easy listening. Like there are not like too many complicated parts. You know, I mean, there are some tricky grooves here and there sometimes, which make everything more dynamic. But it's something that you can follow actually from the beginning to the end. You know, but okay, and then you write the music, and then you went to the studio. Did you record in the studio, or you just mixed?
Recording for the second one, I want to recording all the guitar parts. So I created
But
the drum part at home, bass,
Okay.
samples, and I want to realize the guitar.
So, but you had like a ghost. You already recorded the guitars home, so you still have like the ghost track, right?
Okay.
Is it
Yeah,
correct?
I've got the Ghost.
The ghost track, like you already recorded the guitars at home, and then you went to the studio and you re-recorded it.
Yeah, yeah.
For
Because I want the perfect sound
okay,
with it, and I want to. And also, I be honest. For the first album, I record all the guitar, bass, and all instruments at my home.
okay,
And for the second one, I want to have my first experience in studio, saying, okay, now it's time for me. I want to realize it, to make memories, and also to have a professional sound. And Michael said to me, okay, come and we can work together. And yeah, it was very, very good, a very good experience, because and now I can say, okay, I can work on studio, and now I can explain how to record on a professional studio,
yeah,
because it's not the same. I know that you understand me. It's not the same thing. Recording at home, it's one thing. You can do it, etc., and okay, copy, cut. But on studio, you have to got precision. You have to be. You have to go to studio without stress, to be good, to be in good feeling, and at this time it works, because when you think you can you can record your guitar at home, and you say, yeah, I do the same at the studio. Definitely not, because when you are studio, you have to you have to realize it with more precision, and you have to work many hours, and after this you can say, maybe you can say I'm ready, but not.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
totally different.
yeah, it is. It's yeah, it is true, and I don't know about you, but I think it's the same. I mean, in my case, it worked. It worked in a different way because in the beginning, of course, I mean, I started to record music when I was a teenager. So basically, at
Yeah,
that time, there was no way to there was no way to record yourself at home, or at least I didn't have that possibility. You know, like most of people didn't have that possibility. It was like one person over, I don't know, probably 1,000 people who could actually record at home. You know, or had some
yeah,
recording equipment in a way, you know, and so i I had to learn, of course, how to go in the studio and record, and the first recording you do is a complete disaster, and no matter what, no matter how prepared you are, and in my case I was not that prepared, but I was a kind of prepared a little bit, but there is the psychological component, and there are things that happen in the studio, especially I'm talking about like the 90s and the beginning of 2000, like we have studios those days. So, and that was a great school because, you know, you learn how to do it, how to sit on a chair and record the song from the beginning to the end, and then maybe you fuck something up here and there, and then, you know, sometimes you can fix it because it was already like the beginning of the digital recording in my case.
yeah,
But then I started to record by myself, and when you start recording by yourself, I think you start developing a completely different method because you play the guitar and you record at the same time. So you need to be
yeah,
practical. You're not gonna play. I mean, I'm not playing the whole song. I'm playing just sections over and over again in loop until I get the perfect take, and then I move to the next section. You know, this is how the modern recording works, and then it depends what kind of music you play. I'm not talking about blues or jazz. I'm talking about how we play metal those days, you know, with drums, machines, you know, everything on click, you know, and all this. Back in the days, I mean, we started using the click with my band maybe in 2000 or 2001 or something, and it was a complete disaster because we were not used. Now, I guess everybody used the click anyways. And then this summer, for the first time, after probably 20 years more, I went to a studio to record for another artist in the US, in Los Angeles. And in that case, I was back, I felt like I was back in time, sitting on a chair and recording from beginning to the end, you know? And I had to prepare a little bit because I was like, I haven't done this for a very long time because every recording I do, even for other artists, usually I do that from home, you know, and then I send the DI or whatever. So, and I recorded those parts just like from the beginning to the end. I didn't do that in section. I was asked, do you want to take like in sections, or I was asked, do you want to do a punch in? You know, and I was
Uh,
like,
to be
no, well,
honest,
let's do that from the beginning to the end. You know, so I felt like I was kind of back in time in a way. You know, but it's good to play the whole performance from the beginning to the end. You have a different feeling, but then it depends if it fits the way that the music is conceived in first place. You know, like we are a
so
bit way too focused on the precision sometimes instead of like the feeling, like you said.
according to me, when I went to studio, playing gent is more difficult because you have to have more precision on your especially on your palm mute, and
Yeah.
when you realize palm mute, you don't have some buzz on your strings. You have to use a thing like that
Hmm.
to not to have some harmonics. And according to me, I say to Michael at this time, okay, I will try one on in one shot. Say okay, the beginning to the end, and they say okay, if you want, try, but I have my answer. I say okay, I try, and after 20 seconds, if we make it with section because okay, you can play guitar, you can play guitar without problem. But if you want to have a professional sound, make it with section, especially for gent style, because
Yeah, it's
there
for
is
this
more
kind of music
precision.
because yeah, this is where the music went. I mean,
Yeah,
we all follow this kind of trend in a way, and if you don't do it, it doesn't sound the way it
yeah,
is supposed to sound.
no,
You know,
no, it's totally
I
different.
still,
And
I still
we,
think, I still think like if you play something like hard rock or something more kind of bluesy or whatever, it's okay to do live performances. You know, and having what you play it kind of up and down on the tempo, you know, and all this.
yeah,
But that kind of music is supposed to sound like a wall, and it doesn't sound like a wall if it's not everything at the right place, right?
yeah. It's totally different because when you play gent music or modern metals, you have to have a big precision, and if you don't have it, you have to record section by section to to be happy and to be
Yeah.
happy for your work, etc. And according to me, when I prefer okay, maybe notes per notes, but for second onset of time, I play my chords without problem. But sometime when I have some big riff with precision on the note, I say okay, we will do it note per note, and after we try it. And also we make some reamping.
Oh yeah, that's
Record
interesting.
yeah, we make some reamping. I record the left, the right section, so the left and the right tracks, and after we make some reamping because I use, as you see, I use my Kemper with one preset, but also because I'm an old guy, I want to use this kind of amplifier with these pedals, with my cab, and to have some natural sound. It's I think it's more important. Okay, we can use this kind of thing because it sounds really good, but it's not natural sound. You've got I think you've got your natural sound using amplifier, pedals, cab, microphone, and also you can do a very good mix with this kind of things.
There is another thing which I think it's important. Like today, I was doing a mix, and I actually I tend to use like I have the camper. It's here as you have. I
Yeah.
mean, you have like the you have the amplifier version, the preamp and power amp. I only have like the preamp rack version that I use just in the studio, just and only in the studio.
Mm.
And I did the profiles of my amps, and I tend to use those because I profile my own tube amps with with the guitars that I have, with all the
Mm-hmm.
Inspiria guitars and stuff, or my private collection and stuff, with my pedals, with my microphones in the room that I'm more comfortable in, and all this, instead of using just like a preset that somebody else did. Some presets are okay, and you can tweak them a little bit, but with those digital devices, even though I think the Camper is probably still one of the best machines in that sense, you lose a little bit of natural sound, as you said,
Yeah.
and so I think if you use if you do your own presets, which is basically a snapshot of what your amp is, it still works. It still sounds like organic enough. But then when you start using other presets and you start tweaking them a little bit, then you lose those things that in first place are important, like
Yeah.
the authenticity of the sound, the natural harmonics, and all that.
That's the reason why I only for the reamping I use this amplifier and these pedals with my cab and microphone on behind it. And yeah, I was very impressed and very very happy when I have the final mixing and mastering now.
And
Yeah.
what about the drums? Did you write the drums by yourself?
Yeah.
Did
Those
you? Did you?
for this project I realized drums, bass, guitar, simples. For Past and Secret, I write drums, bass, guitar, simples, and just a solo guest for the solo section.
Did you play the bass by yourself, or did you use VST software?
I play the bass by myself. I play bass by myself, and also I use a plugin to have the plugin for the precision, and also the bass for having the natural sound, and then mix the two and reamping it with a modern sound for bass.
Okay, but did you say that you played the bass and you had also the MIDI bass as well together, or?
Yeah, yeah, together the two.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cool.
and I think it's a better way because you have the natural sound with the
Mm-hmm.
instrument and also the precision with the plugin.
But the plug-in, is it sampled or is still you playing? That's what I'm asking.
No. I write the MIDI,
Okay.
take the mouse and write it
Wow.
on the
Wow.
play,
Yeah. So
like
basically,
drums.
you double when you play the bass. You double the MIDI sound. You play the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
part.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I never tried it. I never tried it.
yeah,
I should maybe try it.
yeah.
And
Because
and what
you
is
have the natural sound.
yes. And what is your overview on the bass? What kind of how do you write the bass? Because you have been in bands and probably I don't know how it works with you, but for me it works that I try to be as simple as I can when I do write the other instruments. If I write the bass and if I write the drums, or if I play the drums, because I also play it sometimes. Now in the last production I actually did play, but I tend to play as simple as I can because I feel that it works better in support of the guitars,
Yeah,
which might be sometimes for bass players and drummers it might be frustrating, and I know that they sometimes, especially if they have a good technique and they are good at playing, they want to kind of overdo a little bit sometimes, because it's important as well. But I tend to play just for the guitars, for the song in a way. Is it the same way that you do?
yeah. When I realized the bass sound, uh, I realized the bass is to be with the guitar, only with the guitar. So I try to slap or thing like that, but I haven't got the level. So I say okay, I will I will record the bass with the guitar, and the more important for me is to have a very good mix between all instruments and also with simples, because simples give to my music other color. If
Yes.
I play if I play one chord with the guitar bass, I want to have another color with the simples to permit to have a very good mix between. Also, it's I'm afraid sometimes when I just listen some notes or some simple, because I say, oh, this kind of sound alone, it's not bad, but yeah, it's different. And but with the mix, it's a really good mix, and it works. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
created my music like that.
Yeah. You need to have. You need to see through what you are doing to know how it's gonna sound once is finished. By the way, we have some questions.
Yeah.
Louis Rock 80 from Instagram, because we don't have the question here on from Instagram, but we are still on Instagram now. He's asking, what is your Insta, like your Instagram name or address, or you know,
Simple, past, and secrets. Yeah, it's
Past and
the name of
Secrets,
the yeah,
Louis.
past and secrets.
All
The
right,
name of my project. Yeah, if you want
and
to find
then
me,
Ludrobe, he says, go ahead.
what do you say?
Go ahead.
Thank you
Were
very
you saying
much.
something?
No. I don't understand
And
what he say.
we have a little bit of delay, but here we have another question. I don't
You
know if
dig
this
with
question is for me or for you, but probably it's for you because he already knows my answer.
yeah. Yeah, so as you see, I work with other company. The first company who trusted me is Laboga Hams. So I have the t-shirts. Also, the first amplifier I used was a Laboga Mr. Rector. I have my own signature Hams, which is a DS40, and
Wow.
also my cab. I have my own cab. You can find the picture on my Facebook and Instagram on Past and Secrets. And yeah, 3 or 4 months ago, there was released this pedals, which is Laboga distortion. And at this time, you can show it to you. This pedal is very loud, warmy, and you can have the perfect sound of the Laboga Mr. Richter. But one of my friends in Belgium said to me, okay, Yohan, I want to work with you. Are you okay with it? I say, yeah, maybe, if you want. So I want to use this kind of amplifier, which is called Invader Amplification Bluegrass 555. Sorry, 35. It's a very good combo between this amplifier and these pedals using my own cab, and yeah, it's very good sound, very warmy with more precision, and for the studio I use this pedals cab, the other amps I've got the 4 amps, the Mighty PV 5150.
You know what? Can I buy
Yeah,
that from you? Can I buy that from you?
the you want me to sell it to you?
Well, I had that and I sold it because at that time I was really
No.
poor and I need to have some money. But I have
Yeah.
the first one. I probably maybe it was not the first one, or maybe it was the second one.
No, I've
Yeah.
got the first
But
generation.
but it was 5150, not 5152. It was 5151, but it was
Yeah.
probably the second one that they made.
No, I've got at home the 5150 first generation, which was built in 1990, and
Yeah,
I've got the combo section. So you've got the amplifier and also the two cabs
I had
going
the
together.
head. I had the head.
Yeah,
I had
and
the head. I still have the cab.
I
I still have the cab.
you still have the cab. So for according to me,
Yes.
it's the combo. And so I use the PV, all the Laboga section I spoke, and this kind of amplifier too. And I prefer, as I explained, I prefer using this kind of amplifier because you have the natural sound, as I explained before. And I haven't got any pedal boards because now, okay, I use different pedals, one pedals with one amplifier, and that's all. Because I don't want to have a lot of pedals to distract the sound. I think yeah, one amplifier, one special pedals, maybe one boost on the cab, and with the microphone, that's enough, and it works. And also, if you got a very good guitar like this one, or the guitar I have with good pickups, you can make some good sound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Antoine is saying that I don't need the PV because my camper profile is already insane, which is right. Plus, I already profiled a lot of different 5150, all kinds of 5150. But it's still good to have it. Not, I mean, because I can do like other profiles when I want with other caps, and all that. And still, also, it's the first amp that is the first great amp that I owned, and it's kind of a trademark for me because every time I use like a different modular or whatever, it's always like about 5150. The only amp that I go look for is a 5150, or sometimes it's like Mesa Boogie and whatever. But still,
Mm-hmm.
my sound for my music is 5150 with the tube screamer in front. And if I'm using a plugin, I tend to replicate the same sound. And if I'm using a modular, I tend to replicate the same sound. So tube screamer,
Mm-hmm.
5150. That's it. And 5150 cab, maybe with Celestions, because they make the difference
Yeah.
in terms of impulse response and in terms of cabs in general. So,
So yeah,
and
it
then,
depends because on my cab I use a V30,
yes.
and of a selection which is a G12 T75. So it permits to have a very warmy sound with the G12, and a very medium sound with the V30. It's different.
Yeah. And Antoine, he says, "Are you getting nostalgic with age?" Yeah, probably I am. You know, but
No, I'm really happy.
by the way,
uh,
I bought that mixer when I sold my 5150. So it was
so
something that at that time needed to be done.
I
Uh,
prefer the 5150.
yes, I know. But if I was not doing that, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't have been able to record my music.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. And where can we find your music at the moment? Like, are you on Spotify? Are you on Bandcamp?
Yeah, I was all my music. So this album, I show you now. This album called Past and Secret Memories. You can find it on Big Cartel. You just have to write Past and Secrets on your computer or telephone or thing like that on Big Cartel. So you got the physical one. Or maybe you send me a message on Past and Secret page on Facebook or Instagram, and I give you the condition to have one, and no problem. You can find my music on Spotify, Deezer, and things like that. Spotify, Deezer, YouTube Music, Amazon, and yeah, and you just have to to write Pest and Secret on Google, and you find all the links you want to have. Yeah, I'm also on Facebook, Instagram. I created not smart URL but Linktree, and on the Linktree you have all the links. Also on YouTube, I released all the tracks from the first album. Also, you can find the playthrough from Dancing Together, the tracks I played before, and and maybe. So it's the first time I give you the information now. I think the new album will be released on April or May 2024 at
Cool.
this time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And,
Nice.
so you've got. It's a surprise for you. This album will be called One Time. Oh, I don't remember. But it was. I will be released 5 tracks on it, and work. At this time. I hope it works.
And by the way, I'm playing. I'm playing the solo. I'm playing the solo on which track?
The last one, which is called Together on a Mountain.
Yes, last but not least.
Yeah. The last.
And
the last of the
all right. Yeah. But I'm really curious about your influences as guitar player and composer. Like if you should mention like 3 artists or bands that inspired you, which one would be?
Oh, I'm a really big fan from Pink Floyd, and I think you heard the influences on my on my music. So, but at the beginning, when I was young, I was listening some music with I have the vinyl. Listen Pink Floyd, Van Halen, Slade, Genesis, things like that. Eagles too. And also Van Halen. When I was teenager, the first CD I bought was Nirvana In Utero, the first album, and also like Depeche Mode.
So you like? Do you like In Utero better than Nevermind or not?
Yeah, I prefer In Utero than Nevermind.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I think this album was better because the riffs are different. Is a test. I think he tests some new thing on this album, and I'm not alone to think about to think about it. And I think In Utero is different because when you say Nirvana, people say okay, never mind. But also there is other album, and I think In Utero was better than Nevermind, in my opinion.
I have to disagree, but it's okay. It's good that we have different tastes when it comes to that. But I think that Nevermind is one of the best albums ever made, in my opinion. But it's still my opinion, so it doesn't count so much. But about Pink Floyd, we are on the same track. I love Pink Floyd, and I can hear the influence that you have on your music, and I also have that influence in my music as well. Just a small part, but it's more like the more atmospheric and melodic, and still in my playing as a guitar player, I think I have a lot of Gilmour in my playing, even though I do crazy shit sometimes. But the melodic taste is inspired by him, at least. Let's put it this way.
And when I was young, I listened also an Australian band called Silverchair.
Never. Silverchair, you said?
Yeah, Silverchair.
Yeah, I know them. Yeah. It's kind of in the same range of Nirvana in a way.
Yeah.
In a way.
And according to me, the best album they made was released in 1999, and it's called Neon Ballroom. So after I will listen some. I I am from the new neo metal generation, like Korn, Limp Bizkit, this kind of
Okay,
things. I listen to Fear Factory, and one
there
time
we go.
I yeah,
Fear Factory. I can hear the influence of Fear Factory in the music, which I also have, and it's
yeah,
when you listen to your music, when I listen to your music, I get this is a stupid thing that I say, but probably it has some sense in a way. I get some visuals about colors and stuff, and in my
yeah,
opinion, the color is blue. Is it correct?
yeah,
Yeah, and Fear Factory they have the same color. Because the music it's kind of in that direction sometimes. You get
yeah,
that. I see colors when I hear music, and when I hear okay, some people might say that I'm insane. What I'm saying is insane, but I see colors, and I get like the feeling for the blue in your music, and the same for Fear Factory. So when I
yeah.
heard your music, I was like, I hear some kind of a Fear Factory-ish influence in the music,
Yeah.
which I also have.
Yeah, and also I've got another period with Meshuggah. It was a very Meshuggah was a band who influenced me, and also the band after Periphery, North Lane,
Hmm.
and also I'm a very big fan of architect music. But it's not. Yeah, if I name three bands, I say okay, Pink Floyd, Nirvana, and also now Meshuggah. But yeah,
Okay.
I listen. Yeah, as a, when people want to speak with me about music, I say okay, I can play and listen classical music and also extreme metal. So that's the reason why maybe I've got a good feeling because I can listen classical music, pop rock, maybe trip hop, and things like that, and also extreme metal. So I think it's very important because
Yes.
you have many colors on this in all kind
Yes.
of music, and you can play all you want after.
Yeah. I mean, I think we are lucky, me and you, because we are open-minded when it comes to music. It's important that
Yeah,
it's good, just good music, and it doesn't matter
yeah,
what
yeah,
kind of music it is. And we are lucky because that has a better output in the music that we play.
yeah,
Instead of just listening to one kind of music and be really like kind of strict at that. We have more open-minded, and it's and I believe that's the reason why, in my opinion, it's always kind of easy and spontaneous to compose music. People talk about writer blocks. When you are not inspired and you cannot compose music. And I honestly never really struggled with it. I never had writer blocks. The question is, have I always written great music? No, of course I didn't. Most of the times, the music I write is not good, and then I take it, keep it in the shelf, and maybe I
yeah.
focus on something else until I get the. But I'm never really empty of music. I always get new music out. So, but I believe it's because we listen to a lot of different music and we get inputs all the time.
We have it's a chance, I think, because now I see it on school. Okay, students have an information on one music, they listen 3 minutes, and they want to have another one, another one, another one.
Yeah.
When we was young, okay, we have some periods. I remembered that I listened things like Nirvana, Silverchair, Smashing Pumpkins, Case Choice, Massive Attack, Fear Factory, Korn, Limp Bizkit, and after I'm a really big fan of Guitar Hero. I speak it after, and I returned to Pink Floyd, and I returned to Van Halen, and I discover Periphery, and I discover classic music, and I discover Selashu, and things like that. And I think it's very important because you are very open-minded on music, and it permits
Mhm.
to write something and write some, not maybe some good music, but you it's more easy to write music when you
Yes.
can listen classical
Yes.
to extreme metal. It's
Yes.
different.
Yeah. And I know that your approach to music is more like from a composition point of view. So you like to have an overview on different instruments. But if you have to choose like three influential guitar players that you like
Oh,
and that you feel that they influenced you, like guitar players, not necessarily the whole band. I can make an example. I don't think I've ever been a, a Van Halen fan as the band Van Halen, but I could actually listen to Eddie Van Halen playing the guitar the whole day. You know, just taking the guitar off the records and just listen to the whole guitar. You know,
hmm,
and then still it's a matter of taste, of course. But is there any guitar player that influenced you?
yeah. I'm a very, to be honest, I'm a really big fan from Steve Vai.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Really big fan because I bought the white model in 6 strings and also the 7 string models, which is the Ibanez Universe. So I have got the sister and the two sisters, and yeah, Steve Vai inspired me for making some color, not solo section because
Mm.
it's a big level, but yeah, for writing color or chords or things like that, it inspired me. Also, another guitarist, which is David Gilmour from Pink
Yes.
Floyd.
Mm.
So, if my, I think my atmospheric parts come from David Gilmour, and also I think maybe some people don't know him, but it inspired me to playing 7 string guitar, which is Brian Ed Welch from Korn,
Mm.
because Brian Ed Welch from Korn writes all the music of the band. I discover this thing when I listen to his home project, which is called Love and Death. And when I listen Love and Death, I listen Korn, and yeah, it got a very good feeling. And I saw a report from him on TV, and he explained how do he play music, and it's very interesting. And he explained also how to play good music with 7 strings. And yeah, this kind of guy inspired me. So Steve Vai, Brian Ed Welch, and David Gilmour. Maybe a fourth for one, which is Daniel Jones from Silverchair, because it's one of the guitarists who won't be recognized. He writes some very big stuff, very good
Mm-hmm.
music with Silverchair, and
Mm-hmm.
now he's lost now because Silverchair is out. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he inspired me a lot.
Yeah, that's good. You know what? We just talk and we forget that we're here to play a little bit. Maybe we should play. Maybe you should play a song. You know, like 2 hours
Maybe
of
if you
stream,
want.
one song. Yeah. Let's play a song. You play a song. You have another song to play now?
Yeah, if I want a chord, yeah. So people who are present now
Yeah.
discover for the first time one tracks for the new album.
That's great. You know, I don't have an overview of the people online because we are on different platforms. So we are on
Yeah.
YouTube, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, you know, and on Twitch. So I have no idea. But if you are there, write something. There are some people who wrote comments and stuff. So there is Robert is saying cool guitar, which I guess he was talking about yours or maybe mine. It doesn't matter because they are both mine in a way. So thank you very
Yeah.
much. And yeah, and then there are other comments, but you can play the song. I can read some comments in the
Yeah. Okay.
meanwhile.
So
And hold
this
on one
song,
second.
called "Together on the Mountain," and the
Oh,
solo
so it's me
artist.
playing. There is me playing
Yeah.
here.
So the solo
Yeah.
artist is Demetrios Scopelliti.
Yes, and you said my name also right. So. Great job.
Thank you very
And
much.
great solo.
Yeah, great solo.
Yeah, I think the solo came out good. I mean, I didn't listen to that for a while, but and I recorded the solo for people home, and I did that with your guitar, of course, which was a good way to test it because before shipping a guitar, usually I do some test in the studio to make sure that everything is all right. So, and I used usually I track with the plugins, and it depends on the project. Sometimes I keep the plugin, or some other times I do like reamping with the Camper or whatever. And but I kept like the sound of the Mercurial Audio rectifier and send it to you. And you told me that you kept the same sound, right? You didn't reamp at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
No, no, I don't want to reamp the sound because when I heard it, I say, okay, you write it with yeah, with your feelings and with the sound. Maybe I don't. Okay, I can test the reamping and but I prefer to use the natural sound you made, and it works. So why can I change?
Yeah. Usually, sometimes it happens that I track with the plugin and then I send the DI to somebody else who is going to do the reamp. Maybe I work for another band or whatever, and it sometimes it kind of changes the whole feeling of the solo because you know as you said, it's a feeling thing. I mean, when you record with that setting, so that the solo is, you get that response from the amp that you use. So if then you do the reamp and use another amp with different settings, maybe less gain or maybe more gain, or maybe already like during the reamp you go out from the mixer and back again, maybe sometimes you lose a little bit of attack, and
Yeah,
that reflects that on the final result sometimes. So it was like exactly like I was recording, but maybe he did some EQ in order to make it sit more on the mix a little bit more, maybe reverb or something like that. I don't know if have you been there during the mix, or he did the mix and then sent it to you?
no. The first thing I want is to have the same level on solos in whole solo section, and
Okay.
we put some details on EQ, but nothing else. I was
Yeah.
when Michael explained to me that he was really surprised because he realized the mix, but there is just some details, not a really good mix because the sound is not good or thing like that. And he said to me, I push some details on EQ from all solo, but nothing, nothing, oh, nothing important, not really important.
Yeah. And when did
So
you
yeah.
when did you track when did you track the guitars? Did you do two guitars like left and right or
Yeah,
more?
two guitar left and right, and for the studio we record two guitar left and right, and we are playing this these tracks at this time. But at home, I like okay playing with my camper, and also I want to record with the amplifier. I don't want to reamp at home because I say I have my time. I have time to do it, and I prefer to take pleasure using my amplifier and my other presets and to try something. It permits also it permits to improve your level because you have to be you have to make precision playing with your guitar. So yeah,
Mhm.
according to me, at home I prefer doing like this, but on studio, we make reamping as I explained.
And at home, are you recording a DI as well, or you're just recording through Camper and amplifier and that's it? So
Through
do you have a
camper and
clean?
amplifier. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
no DI,
Usually,
only camper and amplifier.
usually I do DI. It's but everybody they have their own system in a way. I always record the DI. I have great plugins to use, and then I do the reamp afterwards if I want to do the reamp. But I do the DI because it's more practical for me. You know,
Yeah,
instead of using the amps, and then maybe I lose that setup of the amp, and then I'm gonna re-record just one part, and it sounds different. So it's easier to just record the DI and then think about everything else later on when it comes to time. But as I said, it depends. Everybody have their own
Yeah.
take on it. And an important thing that I was going to ask you: did you learn how to play the guitar by yourself, or did you attend any school, or did you have a teacher, or how
So
did you learn?
at the beginning, as many artists, I learn on my own, but
Yes.
learn on my own, but no, just take 3 months, 3 months for with lessons, and after
Mm-hmm.
I'll I tried at this time to play on my own, but in a certain times I was blocked because I say okay, I
Mm.
want to make some solo and things like that, and
Yes.
I can couldn't play it because yeah, it's more difficult, and I think in one time I say okay, it's time now to have some lessons, and I
Mm.
take 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've taken lessons since 4 years, and now and at this time I have pleasure because I learn pentatonic chords.
Mm-hmm.
Create my the teacher I had at this time explained me how to make composition, how to play solo section, how to
Yeah, I understand.
how to,
Like the
yeah,
relationship between the scales and the
yeah,
chords. You know.
yeah,
So
at the end,
so when you write, let's say you write a solo or a melody, are you thinking in terms of music theory, or are you using your ear, or a combination of both?
as my teacher explained me and teach me at this time, he say in one time play music on your head and try to do it with your guitar. And
Yes.
at this moment, I realize something. I say, okay, I have to have some technique to improve my level, but I try to I try to play music on my head, and I say, okay, this is this notes after etc. And I play with I play music with my hand and transpose it with my instrument.
Well, that's the way I think it's supposed to happen.
Yeah,
Like I I always think like it's. I mean, for me, it's the best way to do it. It's a difficult process because we are all really related to the instruments sometimes. But I think the real artist, and I might be wrong on that, is the one that conceives the music in his head, and then he get it through the instrument. Because the
yeah,
music is not supposed to follow a tuning. It's not supposed to follow a shape on the guitar. It might be doing that as just as a result of the thing that the guitar is kind of a symmetric instrument in a way, because there are
yeah,
the scales that have symmetric forms sometimes. But it should never start, in my opinion, on the guitar. It should start here and then to go to the guitar. And it might be played with the guitar, it might be played with the piano, it might be played with any kind of instrument. Because it's the idea that is the most important thing, and not the way that you apply the idea on the guitar. That's just the way, a tool that you use to get the music out. I mean, to
yeah,
record the music.
yeah.
So we agree on that. And okay, now we go. The main questions are finished. Now there are just stupid questions. So, so the question now is, if you're because for some reasons, I always have like in those live stream musicians who do instrumental music, you know, which is good. But I'm wondering if you because your music have a lot of space for vocals, by the way. you know you could have vocals if you wanted in your music. Now when people say that I should have a vocalist, usually I get annoyed because I think, no, I don't need a vocalist. I am the vocalist when I play the guitar. But
Yeah.
still, if
You're
you had
right.
to choose, yeah, if you have to choose one vocalist who you think it would fit in the music in terms of composition, do you have any name in mind?
Yeah. One name.
Okay.
Sam Carter from Architects.
Okay. Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
really know who he is, but I know the band, so I heard him. Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
he sings both clean and screaming, right?
yeah. And when he scream, in fact, when you heard it, he sing, he scream. So it's still very difficult because okay, you can scream, but when he scream, he sing, he sings together.
Yes.
So
There is a
it's
note.
really
There is
very,
a
yeah.
yeah. It's a screaming with a note in it.
Yeah,
Like
and
yeah.
when you listen an album from Architect, the sound is crazy. When you see Architect on live, it's the same. They
Mhm.
they they they, they do the same thing. They make they didn't make any mistakes. When he sings, it's the same vocals on CD and on live. It's really magic. So okay, instrument play, drums, bass, etc. But when this guy sing, it was real, like in CD on and on concert. It's totally amazing.
Do they live? They use backing tracks to
Uh,
make it more similar to the album.
sorry,
Usually,
did
do they use backing tracks live? The architects?
no
Not at all.
no.
Because I know there is a big thing now that it looks like it's the worst thing ever is to use backing tracks. But I think sometimes if you write music that are, if you have violins and orchestra and stuff like that, you need to use a backing track. I mean, you cannot bring like
Um,
a full orchestra on stage, especially with the budgets that we have for
yeah.
touring those days. You know?
Yeah, they use the samples. Uh,
Yes. So they
during the
play with
live.
click. So they play with click, and they have samples like
Yeah,
some parts.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think
of
so.
course.
Yeah.
And I think it's because sometimes people get like criticized for having backing tracks, but it depends how you use the backing tracks. And by the way, it's not everybody who can play over backing tracks. It's kind of difficult. You need to get used to that. You need to get used to play over the click. You can. I
Yeah,
mean, you cannot fuck it up if you have the backing tracks and you screw up. You are finished. So it's really you need to be really really brave to use the backing tracks live. And some people get criticized because some people think that you lose authenticity or that you're not good enough and then you need the backing tracks. But it depends. If you use the backing tracks because you're faking playing, it's a thing. But if you use backing track to get the music more like in first place you write the music, I think it's good. I don't know what you think.
according to me, if I make some concerts or live section or thing like that, or live streaming like we do it, I want to be alone and play on my backing tracks because people must know that we created our own
Yes,
playback and
yes,
our
and but
backing
yes,
tracks. Yeah,
yeah,
I realize the drum, I realize the bass, I realize the
yes,
samples. Okay, I don't realize the solo section, but I realize
yeah,
all the music they can listen on the monitor, and also I play with my guitar or the lead
yes,
guitar. So okay, I don't play with drums, bass, and solo artists, etc. Okay, on scene I'm alone, but don't forget that we are creating our own
yes. But I
backing tracks.
but I think that most of the people who play they understand this and they agree. But those sometimes who criticize are people who don't maybe play and they think that we are in some way cheating a little bit. But we are not.
Mm-hmm.
As you said, we did write the music. Most of the times we did perform the music in the album. And by the way, I mean, we are playing our
Yeah,
parts live. It's just
yeah,
we have the support of the rhythm section, or we have an orchestra because we cannot bring 120 elements live, playing violins and cello and
yeah.
timpani and whatever. So
The
especially with the so low budget and stuff like that.
according to me, I prefer playing my music with my backing tracks because
Yes.
okay, one times one drummer, maybe one drummer will come to me and say, okay, I want to play music with you. I say, maybe we can, you play your music and I play drums. Maybe I say, okay, I find a bassist, I find a solo artist, a soloist. Okay, we build the band and make some tour and things like that. But one day, one guy said to me, I want to stop. Maybe the drummer said to me, I want to stop. You build a big project, you build a project, you build the band, and after you have nothing. So I prefer to stay alone, playing my own backing tracks, and take pleasure.
Yeah, I agree 100%. You know, and
because I think
and these days we have the tools to do it. You know.
Yeah.
So we don't depend on other people, even though we still collaborate. I still collaborate with other musicians. You do the same, you know. But it's being in a band is, you know, we should do actually a live stream about being in a band, because that would take several days to talk about how it is to be in a band. You know, it's a completely different thing, you know. But when you're a solo artist, you know, you collaborate with other musicians if you want, if you need. And sometimes it adds something extra to your music that you haven't thought in first place, you know. But still, you are the only responsible for whatever it happens to the project, you know. So, you know, and you are independent as well, you know, especially now. You know, we are getting close to the end of the live stream, but I'm going to ask you, what are your first? What are your wishes for 2024? Since everybody at the end of the year and at the beginning of the new year, they think about, oh, this year I really would like to do this, this, and that. Is there something you're wishing?
One thing, release my new album and hope it works and people like it. Not people like it for my own, but I play music for people. I play music for giving some good feeling to people, and the most important thing for me is to release the new album, the second one, and hope people take pleasure listening it.
And those, we can say, are the short-term plans. What are the long-term plans? Like, what are you?
Yeah, and after I want to travel with the new album. Maybe play it on Guitar Summit or other things like that. Maybe I was I am a little bit sad because we speak about the US next year, and I can't take the plane and go to Los Angeles in January.
You mean like you're talking about now? We're talking about NAM.
Yeah. I can't find a solution because I teach at school at this moment, and but for 2025, I say to my boss, I'm not at school in January. So but now after the release of the album, I want to play music on meeting or things like that to show the new album and the music from Past and Secrets, and I think it's very, very good. And after maybe the third one, but now the second, and after we see.
All right. Okay, well, you know, I have to say thank you very much for the time. We actually hit 2 hours, which is good. If a live stream is 2 hours, it means it came out great. So it did, you know, and thank you very much for making time to this. And this is just the beginning. You know, there will be some other stuff that we're gonna do in the future together. And for those who are home, they can check out your latest video that you did with Inspiria the LP7. And which is basically a brand new song. Is it correct? It's a new song, one you... Yeah. So it might
Yeah, I think
be
it's the beginning of the new song.
yes. So it's something that maybe you wanna include in the next album next year or whenever you
Yeah.
are recording. And yeah, you have a great New Year's Eve celebration, and I see you in 2024.
Yeah,
And
no problem.
I just say to everybody home, thank you very much for following us. This is the second episode. Episode number 3 is gonna be next week, and we're gonna have as a guest Jay Palmer, which is a guitar player. I just released a video together, and I don't know if you have seen the video. It's a video we did in first place for an amp, to promote an amp for Hoton, which is
Yeah,
up
the
there.
new.
I don't know if you can see
Yeah,
that. It's up there, the pulse. Can you see that?
yeah, I see the video.
Yeah, yeah. And you know, and we met in China when we were both at Music China in October, because we were performing for Hoton. And there's gonna be January the 6th, so it's gonna be next week from now. And then we take it from there. All right. So, Johan, thank you very much.
Thank you very
And
much. Thank you everyone who listen my music. So you can find Pass and Secret on YouTube, Instagram, and all the platform like Spotify, Deezer, etc. And thank you very much, Inspiria Guitar, to trust in me, and all the company here, Invaders, Laboga, Skullstring, Lodgren. Thank you very much to every people who trust in my music and listen it. Thank you so much.
all right. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.